Hi there, and welcome to Ivan's Daily Photo. We are on day 21, and today I wanted to go back to a basic fundamental piece of photography, which is light. And the reason I want to do that is because even though light is what makes a photograph, there is still many people that have a hard time understanding and appreciating how to use light for the photography. Talking to a friend that was watching the videos, made a comment that, what do you mean when you say you're looking for good light? And so to get there, to understanding what is good light, you need to understand what kinds of lights are up there and what do those light, that kind of light does to your subject. So without getting into a long discussion, I just want to take it a very first step on light and just talk about, in this particular video, about quality of light. And when I'm talking about quality of light, I'm talking about light that is harsh or hard light versus light that is soft or diffuse light. And it's not to say that hard light is better than soft light or soft light is better than hard light, as much as it is to understand what hard light does to the subject that you're photographing versus soft light. And so I wanted to kind of quickly, briefly show you what I mean when I'm talking about quality of light. And but before I get there, I just wanted to give you a brief description of the three elements, I believe, that really the three properties that will help you understand much better about light. And one is quality, which just talked about. The other one is direction. Where is the light hitting the subject that you're photographing? So is it side light, front light, back light? And then the third one is color of light. And light has the temperature of light will affect the color of light. And a good example of this is if you do a photo of a sunrise early morning, you will see that there will be cool tones in your photo, especially that part of the landscape that has not been hit by light yet will tend to have some cool tones to the landscape. If you photograph a sunset, you will be seeing the opposite. You will see very warm yellow tones on your photograph, and that's basically the temperature of light giving you that warm tone. So you will get either too cool or warm tones. So, but rather than try to make a long video and explaining each one of these three, quality, direction, and color, today we're only going to talk about quality, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two. And then once we get to that, I'm also going to walk through the process, which is the process that I've been using to make every one of these photographs, which is finding good light, creating a composition, and then finally finding a way to connect that photo with the viewer. All right, let's go. So here we have what we call hard light. And as you can see, the thing that determines the hard light is the shadows are significantly prominent. You can see them very, very clear. You can also see that the light is very, very harsh and details pop. But you also have a challenge, and I purposely brought in this dark and white, because with hard light you have very, very dark and very, very light, and sometimes it might not work. And part of it is the range, the dynamic range of the camera sensor, and our eyes are better than the camera, so we're better off many times going into a place where it's diffuse light, where it's more manageable. So we moved inside, and I purposely set it up this way because this is typically what will happen if you're using a phone or a camera in automatic setting. The sensor in the camera will measure the back light as well as the front light, and as a result you will end up with a underexposed subject. And this is why, because the background is very lit and the foreground looks dark, so the camera will balance it out. So my suggestion is find a backdrop that is not as bright, and ideally you want a backdrop that is darker than the foreground. That way your foreground can work. Once you have figured out the light, it's time to work on the composition and the third element, which is connecting, and that's what I did here. This is my final and photo for today, which is using soft light, reflected light, and is bringing character to this. And obviously the background is very neutral and subtle, which forces the viewer to look towards the jars and nothing else. So there you have it, my photo for today. I hope you like it.